Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled People. In today's episode, Entitled Lady claims woman with child is a terrorist, I take the hit. Other student lies, then gets angry that I stole her prac hours. Office thief caught rummaging through my desk. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Entitled Lady claims woman with child is a terrorist, I take the hit. Okay, so I work at a large chain grocery store in a well-to-do area. Our customers, while a lot may look like typical Karens, are actually really nice and amazing people. That being said, I was racking carts and I hear this lady on the phone behind me. I don't know why they come to this country, they can barely even speak the language. I'm behind on right now who's probably a terrorist. I look in the window reflection and I can see that she's walking behind a young woman in a hijab who has a small child. The young woman just put her son in a cart and I can see that she looks like she's about to cry. So I decide, fuck it, I'll take the hit for her. I spin around to Karen. Oi! I take bloody exception to that. Just because I'm Irish does not mean I am or ever was in the IRA. I look at both Karen and the young woman. Both were speechless and all Karen does is point at the young woman. So I continue me to the young woman. You saw that, didn't you? This lady just called me a bloody terrorist. I might speak Gaelic and wear a Catholic cross. I might even be from Ireland. And damn it, I'm bloody proud. But I am not a terrorist. At this point my manager walks over to see what all the fuss is about. This lady just called me a terrorist. Turns to the young woman. You heard her call me that too, right? My manager looks at the young woman and instantly catches on. He tells Karen that that kind of conduct is not okay in our store, no matter who it's directed at or why, and that she needs to leave. Karen, still speechless, just walks out. I turn to the young woman. I do apologize about the yelling, ma'am, but I'm proud of who I am. If you need anything while you're shopping, just let me or one of my co-workers know. The woman thanks me and pushes her cart away while sporting the biggest grin. My manager then makes the comment, entertainment tonight -$0. Teaching Karen a lesson about discrimination, $0. Seeing that young woman walking away sporting a grin like the Cheshire Cat, priceless. Hugs from an internet great-grandma. Can I get one too? My real grandma is a psychological terrorist. You are a good person and have good karma heading your way. Like a hero, you threw yourself over a bigot grenade to help others. Kudos to you, my man. Other student lies, then gets angry that I stole her prac hours. This is from a while back, but thought I'd put it up here as it still annoys the hell out of me. When I was at university, part of my course expectations was 500 hours of practical work, 100 hours internal, university clinic, and 400 external, to be organized by the student. I was commuting 4 hours each day to go to a specific uni for a specific course. There was another woman in the course who lived in my area, I'll call them Faye. When it came time to start sorting out external prac, she pulled me aside and told me, quite aggressively, there was no point in contacting anyone in our area as she already had, and they'd all refused to take on any students. I was young and a little naive, so I got super worried about how I was going to make this work. Until my mom, dog bless her, calmly told me to ignore what Faye said and try anyway. So, I made a list of a dozen people in the area who would be suitable. First person said they didn't do much of what I was practicing, but if I was stuck, he'd take me for as many hours as he could. Second person, I'm leaving in a few weeks, but can take you until then? Got 40 hours. Third person, Kelly, come along for a few weekends, and we'll see how things work out. Things worked out really well. Kelly ended up taking me for the rest of the year. Got pregnant within a few months of me starting, and was happy to have me until she went on maternity leave. Learned a lot, helped her out with a lot of things, got more comfortable in a practice, etc. So, we get to the last 6 months of the course and everyone is freaking out about their hours. I tally all mine up and it looks like I overdid it by about 20 hours, which cool. There are about 20 people in this room, comparing notes, and Faye appears and wants to know if I've done all my external prac. I say, yeah, and did a little bit extra by accident. I want to see if the professor will let me give them to my friend, which, no, but still worth trying, laughing face. She wants to know who I did my hours with and, because it still hadn't occurred to me that she'd been lying out her arse 18 months earlier, I gave her Kelly's name. She fucking lost it. Started screaming at me in front of all these people. She'd contacted Kelly, saying she needed quite a few prac hours. Kelly had told her she already had a student she was happy with, and that she was going on maternity leave, so wouldn't be taking on any new students for a while. Faye accused me of stealing her hours, accused me of not telling her that there was someone in our area willing to take on students, saying I was selfish for not sharing, etc. My professor stepped in pretty quick, asked my friend what was going on and quickly realized Faye was being a lunatic. Told her to leave the room, and she'd deal with her later. Nothing happened, but I avoided Faye for the last 6 months. In dog we trust. In the name of the Fox Terrier, the Schnauzer, and Holy Golden Retriever, amen. Not so much entitled as barmy. Considering her reaction, it's no wonder she was missing so many hours. Yikes. How dare you innocently do to me what I was maliciously trying to do to you? Office thief caught rummaging through my desk. Which is a much better story than I am about to lay out, though mine is kind of similar. Early in my professional career, I found myself promoted to being a department manager. Through a twist of luck, I got an office that was absolutely huge. Though it had this weird little recess on one end. I pushed a plush chair in there and it was a cozy place to sit. My prior position had me starting at 5 a.m. and my new one was at 9. I had a hard time changing my sleep schedule, so I was already awake and restless, so I was usually in the office by 6. My home at the time was kind of hectic, so sometimes I enjoyed just sitting in my chair in the quiet and the dark. A little weird maybe, but it was the only quiet time I had. I had a few others in my department who came in early because they liked leaving early so they could be home when their kids got home from school. I didn't care as long work got done. We also had a food thief. Usually it was the breakroom, fridge, and pantry. However, they apparently helped themselves in people's cubicles as well. One morning I was sitting in my snug little corner in the dark when my office door opens and a shadow glides silently over to my desk. They whip out their phone and turn on the light as they start going through drawers. I knew what they were looking for. I had some chocolate truffles I had shipped from Germany. A friend of mine would send them and they are amazing. Imagine if someone combined Ferrero Rocher with the addictive euphoria of crack. Yeah, they are amazing. I often shared these with people, but they were expensive. I'd usually spend around $300 on a shipment. It didn't take long and our thief found their prize. They pull out a huge Ziploc bag and start filling it up. That was when I casually said, "What exactly do you think you are doing?" They might have jumped out of their skin. I flipped on the lights. Their face was a canvas of fear. So I walked over to the desk and added 2 more truffles to their bag and closed it, then handed it back to them. I really hate thieves. Make no mistake, I am really disturbed by this behavior, but today I am not going to out you to the office or reprimand you. However, if so much as a crumb goes missing from this moment forward, and you'll be the first person I go to, and if I determine it was you, I'll fire you so fast it'll make you sick. Understand? They just nodded. Good. You go enjoy those very expensive truffles now. I never offered him another one, but amazingly things stopped disappearing. Until a year later we got a new addition to our office and within a week something went missing. Guy was in my office first thing to let me know it wasn't him. The victim hadn't even had a chance to tell me yet. Ended up being the new person. They got caught 2 days later taking stuff from the fridge in the break room. After they were caught, they just went and cleared out their desk and left. Edit. So the reason I didn't first this person is I felt he deserved a second chance, and he used it well. However, he was also really good at their job and it would be difficult to replace him. As an employee, he were really good too. Always got all his work done and then some, always helped out his teammates and colleagues, and generally was a pretty nice guy, but was a very valuable team member. He also generally had a positive attitude and was likable enough. So I was more inclined to give him a second chance. Just out of curiosity, what chocolates exactly you mean from Germany? My buddy lived down the road from a chocolatier in Leipzig. They were made in-house, but they were amazing. Not sure of the name of the place. I hate food thieves. I had a nearly brand new bottle on my desk that I had taken one small sip out of and then tucked away out of sight. This thief took the whole thing. I had a cold at the time. Thief rapidly developed a cold too. I hate workplace food thieves, and I know from experience how hard it is to know who they are unless you literally catch them in the act. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.